Hey everybody, Josh Collacchi here with RotoCurve. You may have thought maybe you want to get into daily fantasy sports. Maybe you want to be the next guy that wins $1 million. You've seen the TV commercials, you've heard the radio advertisements, but how are these people winning $1 million? The answer to that question is GPP contests or tournaments. Now, what exactly does GPP stand for? A lot of people have asked this, and it's really quite simple. GPP stands for Guaranteed Prize Pool. And what that means is by a specific site, whether it be FanDuel, DraftKings, or any other daily fantasy site, sets a specific prize pool for a certain contest. Now, what that means is that prize is guaranteed to be paid out across whatever fixed amount of numbers that the contest defers to. So if there's a 100,000 person contest and the top 20,000 people cash, that is going to be paid out no matter how many people fill in if it's a guaranteed prize pool tournament, and that's the key. So if there's only 50,000 people that join it, still the top 20,000 people will fill. And the one thing about these GPPs as compared to cash games, which we talked about before, now cash games, if you didn't know, were 50-50s and head-to-heads. The big difference between these things are basically the fact is that in cash games and GPPs, the difference is 30%. Now, what I mean by that is in GPPs, usually 20% of people, maybe 25 or 18, depending on the contest, those percentage of people are winning or cashing in that specific tournament. Whereas in cash games and head-to-heads, it's the top 50%. Now, the big difference is in GPPs and big tournaments, the payout structure is a lot more different. And one of the things about it is those top prizes are really high. You see, FanDuel has a $5 million prize pool. Over $2 million goes to the first prize winner. DraftKings has other things that go to the top prize winners as well. And the big thing about a GPP, a guaranteed prize pool, is that first prize is really attractive. Now, that's what you hear about when you see these people who have won a lot of money. You see them on TV, you hear them on the radio, and you just hear stories about these people winning a lot of money. And this is how it happens. Now, it's really hard to win a GPP. You ask a lot of good players that have been playing for a long time, and there's some of them that have never won. Now, some people come in second, third, 10th, something like that. That's still a good cash, but it's really hard to lose or really hard to win. Now, the big tournaments are what attracts people. And as we just said, FanDuel has advertisements for these new tournaments that have almost 230,000 people in them. Now, those will fill as they're ready for football, which is the most attractive fantasy sport and has been for a long time. Now, the one thing about GPPs is they're extremely large, they're extremely hard to win, and a lot of people will have a lot of entries, especially in these tournaments where there's really no multi-entry limit, so keep an eye on that as well. So to wrap up, a GPP stands for a guaranteed prize pool, and it's basically slang for a big tournament. Which we refer to a GPP as a tournament, meaning you have to get the highest possible score to get towards first place, as opposed to a cash game where you're looking to just beat 50% of the opposition. This has been RotoCurve Learning Curve for Josh Collacchi, for RotoCurve and everybody else here. I'm Josh Collacchi. Good luck, everybody.